Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here, and today I have my semifinals of the APA. Yes, we've made it this far. It's taken some time, but we're playing my boy Ultraplayer, who is a longtime supporter of me, and I really do appreciate him. So go ahead and check him out. The link will be down below. But he has a very threatening team. He also has a MELMETAL. I'm going to answer a few questions real quick. I have to run a Pokeball on my Gmax. He has to run a Pokeball on his Gmax. Stop. I swear y'all doing this just because it's funny at this point, but stop. Hey, you know what? Keep going. Also, if you guys enjoy this video, the first part is always a team builder, but the second part is the Wi-Fi battle. Subscribe, you know, it helps me out and whatnot. I'll be posting a lot more Wi-Fi battles during the DLC, which comes out next month for Pokemon Sword and Shield. But he has a Selgor, which I also have, which is a great spiker and T-spiker. Gmax Hatterene is very scary because once it's at the trick room, it just goes in, and it has the possibility of being fast or slow versus me because my team is like really slow. Como can literally do anything, right? Clanger's Soul. It can Swords Dance, Totemize, Dragon Dance, whatever it wants. His MELMETAL is very scary. Rapidash can do cool things too, like Swords Dance, Power Herb, Solar Blade. And then he even has a T-Spike Absorber like Skuntank. And I think most importantly, HISOKA is incredible versus me, like Hyper Voice and stuff like that. Very, very, very strong versus me. And then he has sleeper Pokemon like Ice Cube. And of course, Rhydon, good old reliable. But yeah. His team is very slow but strong physical threats versus me, and like Rhydon, MELMETAL, Gmax Hat, and Ice Cube. Big shout out to Gator, by the way, for the team help. Much love to him. Can't wait for him to come back into Pokemon eventually. And I think the Hatterene is honestly the scariest thing just because of its fact that it can carry coverage for my MELMETAL as well as my Gastrodon. But I basically have the same thing versus him. Gmax, or actually my Gmax Grimmsnarl and my MELMETAL are very, very, very strong versus him. Like, he does not switch into them, but at the same time I don't switch into his Pokemon. So I think it's going to be like a back and forth like slaughterfest. But the first Pokemon we have is Rotom Heat. I have max speed from this Como and his Skuntank. Rotom Heat is really nice because it resists electric type attacks coming out from Heliolisk, resists the fairy type attacks coming out from Hatterene. It has Pain Split. It comes in on Double Iron Bash from MELMETAL as well, and it can Will-O-Wisp Como, which is why I'm faster. Will-O-Wisp when Overheat, Decidueye, deal with a Selgor as well. It's a good check to those Pokemon as well as Ice Cube, and it just gets easy burns versus his team. Even burning Rhydon can be cool, but he does get rocks out of it, so I have to decide if I want to do that or switch versus Rhydon. Next member we have is my GALAR-WEEZING with the Neutralizing Gas. This is great for T-spiking because Toxic Spikes are very good versus his team. His hazard control is Decidueye, Blastoise, and Skuntank, and also a Gmax Hatterene, but because of Magic Bounce. But because I do have Neutralizing Gas, I don't care about Magic Bounce, and I can get up Toxic Spikes. Good for wearing down Decidueye, Blastoise, Como, you know, Rapidash, Rhydon, and whatnot. This thing also checks Pokemon like Decidueye, checks Como, can check a Selgor, and also can check Ice Cube depending on a few things as well. And I have Will-O-Wisp. I have enough speed for MELMETAL. Though last week he played Envy and he ran a Choice Scarf MELMETAL. That way it always outspeeds Gmax Grimmsnarl because Envy also has Gmax Grimmsnarl, so that's really good, and I'm going to keep that in mind if he wants to bring something like that versus me. But I think that Iron Defense Body Press set is a little bit better versus me personally, or even just a Choice Band set just to click buttons, because I mean I do have a Rotom, and my Rotom is running heavy duty boots if you guys didn't know. That way I don't have to worry about the rocks that potentially Rhydon or Heliolisk sets up. But I do lose out on dodging Earthquake by having Neutralizing Gas, but Toxic Spikes are just, I mean, absorbing his own Toxic Spikes, one, is amazing, and two, Toxic Spikes are really good because Gastrodon and Rotom are very annoying for my opponent defensively, so Toxic Spikes just help them do things and stall out my opponent a little bit better. And then Speed EVs outspeed Jolly Rhydon, Adamant Ice Cube, Zero Speed Como, so that's the idea behind Weezing and just being a nice little check to that. I'm a little bit worried because if he brings a Selgor Spikes offense, he can Final Gambit something, and I have to really decide, okay, if he's going to kill me right here and I'm going to lose, or what do I do? But we'll see when the time comes. Next up we have Choice Band MELMETAL because if there's any game where Choice Band MELMETAL can click buttons, it is this game. It is this game, man. Blastoise getting to a kill by Choice Band Double Iron Bash. Max HP Como takes 100% minimum from Choice Band Double Iron Bash. EQ is very safe because he has no immunity to EQ. He has only a resistance in his Decidueye and Selgor. Doesn't bug resist ground? What am I? Why am I like not remembering that off the top of my head? Yes, it does resist down. Duh, that's why Scizor takes neutral. I'm sorry that I forgot that. I'm a little bit tired, my bad. But I don't know why I didn't forget that. I remember that. But I have enough speed for no speed Rhydon and Melmetal. But I mean, they're definitely going to have speed versus me. But at least helps me check them. Thunder Punch is nice for Blastoise specifically. And then Toxic can be cool for maybe catching something like potential Decidueye coming in or Blastoise coming in, right? That way I can double Iron Bash after. So that's something I could do. I do want to keep in mind that Envy, like I said, he played Envy last week, and Envy also has similar Pokemon to me. He has Gmax, Grimmsnarl, and he has Gastrodon. And the Blastoise set he ran last week, though it didn't work because it wasn't, it lost to Cobalion, but it was Block, Rest, Toxic, Scald. So it was an attempt to beat the Gastrodon down in order to let Melmetal do its thing. So I have to be careful about how I play versus Blastoise here. Might be a little bit aggressive, but we'll see. Next up, we do have Gmax Grimmsnarl holding a Pokeball because I am forced to hold a Pokeball. We have Frisk because it lets me see my opponent's items. We have Special. We're bringing Special this week, similar to how I ran last week, because a lot of his walls are physical walls. So Max Darkness, for example, is a 2-hit KO on Rhydon. Max HP, 4 special defense with a Violet, no boost needed. Same thing versus Melmetal, it's a 2-hit KO on max HP Melmetal, no boost needed. And when I don't Gmax, Dark Pulse into Focus Blast with KO max HP Melmetal and Rhydon. So it's just cool options that we have there, and it basically outspeeds the same things as the Weezing, Jolly Rhydon, Adamant Ice Cube, 0 speed Como. Rest is put into HP. This thing can be a good check just in general to a lot of his squad, especially when I Gigantamax with this Pokemon. Being able to just take hits from, you know, even Stun Tank if necessary, or Como. It's a good check to that too. Como offensively is a very, very scary Pokemon versus me, but this could be my savior. And also, I mean, it abuses the T-Spike too. After a nasty spot as well, I can knock out things like Blastoise, so if Blastoise wants to try and come in on me. Now we have VANILLUXE, and I've really been enjoying this Pokemon in my draft. I think it's one of my favorite Mons this draft besides GALAR-WEEZING. But it's a great wall breaker versus him, and it's very good versus his Rockers, Como as well as Rhydon. Has the Freeze Dry for Blastoise, which is really nice. We're modest with Focus Sash. Focus Sash allows me to stay in on potentially lead a Sogor, which I think is going to be one of my main things. I think I have to lead off with Ice Cream here, because if he goes for Final Gambit, just because VANILLUXE is a very big threat versus his team, which makes sense, I can click Blizzard and knock out a Sogor. But it lets me knock out max HP Como with Blizzard, 96 to 115, so I knock it out with Hail. We also can knock out max HP Rhydon with Blizzard. Veil helps my Gmax Grimmsnarl and my Melmetal, just click buttons, which is going to be very important. And Sash helps me set up Aurora Veil. It also helps me with Como. I do have to remember, though, that the Snow Warning does allow Ice Cube to get its no ice face, but that might even be okay considering the fact that it gets slower. Like if he belly drums and then he gets the regular speed, it gets slower and things like that. So like if it gets its ice face back, like no ice is scarier because it's faster versus my team, but then I outspeed the other one. And I do have Flash Cannon. Blizzard into Flash Cannon on Ice Cube can knock it out. So, and obviously my entire team for the most part is special besides Melmetal, which has the double Iron Bash of 2 hits. So I'm going to be able to do a lot in that situation. And yeah, just the Sash just helps me out as well. Max speed, outspeeds, modest Blastoise. Just because he can also run Shell Smash Blastoise if he wants to, but it allows me to outspeed it, and I can Freeze Dry for a 2-hit KO. And then last but not least, we do have my Gastrodon running physically defensive to help me out with the Melmetal and Dragon Dance, Como and Rapidash and Skuntank and Rhydon. But it's the main abuser I have with Toxic Spikes. It can be really hard to take down unless he has like Grass moves, and his Pokemon Grass moves are Gmax, Hatterene with Giga Drain, Helix has Grass Knot, Sogor has Energy Ball, and then Rapidash has Solar Blade with potentially a power. Those are his Grass moves on his team. Besides obviously Decidueye, the Grass type Pokemon, but his physical threats can overwhelm me. So max attack, for example, Choice Band Melmetal's double Iron Bash does 48 to 54%. So it's a 1.2% chance of 2-hit KO after leftovers, but couple that with the chance of double Iron Bash to flinch is very scary for me. I can also live a +6 Icicle Crash from Ice Cube. It does 88 to 103%, and I have Clear Smog for potentially that, or anything that wants to set up on me. Same thing with Blastoise, clicking Shell Smash. Enough speed for min speed Rhydon and min speed Melmetal, but he should be running speed on those either way. But yeah, that is a team. I have Storm Drain to be able to outspeed to absorb Blastoise's water moves, and it's a ground type to help me deal with Helios. So it's definitely a very scary team. I don't know if this is going to be a long game or short game, really. Just because like early VANILLUXE can go 1-for-1 with something and get me a kill. But then I have to decide, oh, do I want to go the Aurora Veil route as well later. But yeah, it should be a fun game either way. I'm excited to see if this is the game where MELMETAL's like, hey, I'm going to click Choice Band Double Iron Bash. I got you, bro. Which would be really cool. But yeah, stay tuned for the game. Subscribe again if you haven't. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a sec with the game. Alright guys, so we are here with the battle versus Ultraplayer. Should be a lot of fun. Let's see what he brought. Semifinals, by the way. We got this far. It would be cool to make it to finals. And finish all the way, but we'll see. Where are my controllers? Okay, no Blastoise. He does have the Rapidash, which I'm assuming is going to try and pop me with a Solar Blade. Let's see. Decidueye. And I love Decidueye, MELMETAL, Rapidash, Skuntank. Completely skipped over Como. Right on. Como. Well, obviously my double Iron Bash is fantastic here, and it gets good opportunities versus things like Decidueye, which might be his defogger. Skuntank is really good versus me too. I like Grimmsnarl. Let me see. Let me write down Decidueye, MELMETAL, Rapidash. Rapidash is a really cool pick, so I'm assuming he will be available. Como. I should actually start. I'm pretty sure I said that I always wanted to go off with this as a lead, just because it gives me a good matchup versus Como, Rhydon, and things like that. Okay, let me keep writing down his team. I'm just putting on Showdown too. I don't normally do this, but what am I missing there? Oh, Rhydon. But yeah, like spamming Blizzard early, also trying to waste that Solar Blade, I think is going to be really good. Because again, I'm assuming the Rapidash has that. If they Swords Dance Solar Blade turn 1, fantastic. But like, I have a good matchup with VANILLUXE versus like 4 out of 6 of their team. And again, they lead off a Rhydon, which is great. So I mean, getting rid of this would open up MELMETAL in terms of like one less sack for them to have versus MELMETAL. I also have a chance to just straight up knock it out, so I'm gonna go right for the Blizzard here. I wonder how much Solar Blade does to Gastrodon in the Hail Rapidash, because I'm just gonna assume it's Solar Blade Rapidash. So they do switch as they go MELMETAL. How much does MELMETAL take? Hey, I do a good chunk to MELMETAL right there. Not bad. All right, so that's good. That's really good for my my what's it called? My Grimmsnarl. Huh. They don't have a double that really threatens my Gastrodon, so I'm gonna make the play, I feel. I don't think they have very many doubles that actually threaten Gastrodon. I want to see VANILLUXE, MELMETAL. I did about Choice Band damage, I would say. Let's see how much Choice Band Body Press does to me. Or it doesn't have to be Choice Band, obviously. So that Body Press did a good chunk to Gastrodon. Body Press, if it is Choice Band, actually does around that damage. Again, if it is CB. I'm gonna make the I want to make the play out into my Weezing, because I feel like it's really good versus the Decidueye early. But am I actually that worried about the Decidueye here? No, I'll just recover. I'll just recover. I want to keep healthy. Was that MELMETAL actually Life Orb? I can't tell. But MELMETAL being that weakened is really good for Dark Pulse. My Gmax is really good here. Surprised he didn't bring his. And obviously I'm pretty solid versus Como too. I guess it could be sub Belly Drum on the Mon. Doesn't do much at all. I think they expected me to double. It's not too bad, not too bad. We have MELMETAL at basically 50%, which is really cool. Gastrodon again is really good here versus Skuntank, MELMETAL, Rapidash, and Rhydon. I'm going to simply throw off a Toxic. If they go for Body Press, I can recover. And if they go out into Decidueye or Como, I'm in a good position. Let me put that MELMETAL is at 50%. Yeah, I figured they would switch here. They do go Decidueye. So I'm hopefully going to get this Toxic off on it. Nice. So we land the Toxic on Decidueye. Poison. Nice little chip too. My double iron basher. I guess this could be Nasty Plot. Now that I think about it. Could also just be Choice Band. I feel like Weezing is the play here. It takes basically like most, if not all, attacks, I think. Yeah, and my MELMETAL is looking so much better because their MELMETAL is at 50%. So double iron bash to max HP does like 39%. So it still gets a kill on basically everything. So they throw off a Shadow Ball. Oh, very good chunk. Very good chunk of damage right there. So Life Orb, Shadow Ball. I mean, as good as T-Spike were, this mon isn't like the greatest here, right? So I'm just going to go for T-Spike if possible. Obviously, they should be able to outspeed me and just knock me out. Of course, they could just be max HP on this Decidueye. T-Spike just threatens Como a little bit. I don't know if Weezing is going to do its job in this game because I get to bring out basically my mon and click. I get to click Blizzard. So I'm going to do it. And again, I'm really just setting up for that. I'm really just setting up for the what's it called? My Grimmsnarl endgame, I think. And also my double iron bash endgame too, because if I set up a Veil, it's a wrap, I think. Rapidash. Let me see how much Solar Blade does. Solar Blade in the Hail does 51 to 60%. So I'll just Blizzard here one more time. If I get rid of the Decidueye, I'm weakening their answers for my Gastrodon. Smarter than the Bring Skuntank. Good versus T-Spike. They do switch into Rapidash. So the cool thing is that the main reason that my Gastrodon play is really solid here is because, oof, I get a freeze. Now Flare Blitz does thaw, but the main reason why my Gastrodon play, I'm sorry about that, but the main reason why my Gastrodon play is a solid play is because if they Solar Blade, I can recover. Obviously, I get a nasty freeze, and Rapidash is at 50%. Everything's at 50% so far, so my Blizzards are going to be going in. Now if they Flare Blitz, Solar Blade and Hail does not knock me out. It does 51 to 60%, so they do Flare Blitz to break the ice. Nice. And like I said, Solar Blade will not knock me out, not in the Hail. So it sucks I froze them because they might have went for SD otherwise. But let's recover off the damage here, so we can deal with Skuntank. I'm assuming a Solar Blade is coming out. This is actually really tough for them, like this mon, like I said. Again, the Como is scary though. Como. Yep, they do go for that Solar Blade. But again, this is weakened in Hail, so this does not knock me out. Unless they crit me. Which I just spoke to life, right? Yep. As I mentioned. Nice and weakened inhale. Not bad. Good job, Gastrodon. Very good job. And this is still really good versus MELMETAL. I mean, they could go Decidueye. Let me recover once more. Flare Blitz isn't going to knock me out, obviously. They could go for a raw Solar Blade. They go for Swords Dance. Okay, so this is one of their mons that's faster as well than me. I'm assuming I just Earth Power here because I come in on MELMETAL to recover, so it's no big deal. Throw in Earth Power. Again, this is what I'm assuming I do. Flare Blitz isn't going to do much. I didn't want to recover spam because just in case they opted SD or actually go for another Solar Blade. Like, I mean, they do a good chunk. Do I get burnt? I do not. Nice. So Rapidash dies. Does Hail end this turn? I feel like it ends this turn. Nice. So I get my recovery back as well. Cool. So, I mean, this mon's really still very strong versus them. Again, I do have to be very wary of the Como. Which they might just go right onto to try and set up in front of me. Because again, Gastrodon deals with Skuntank, it deals with MELMETAL, it deals with Rhydon, so like it's like the MVP in this game. They do go Skuntank. Dark Pulse? Not sure why Skuntank came out immediately, but I think I'm going to go out into my Rotom here. I don't know if it's sub-toxic, but Rotom can help me burn something and also deals with Decidueye as well. They go for Taunt. So not too big of a deal. I'm going to bring on my MELMETAL. At worst case, they Toxic or they Crunch or they go Rhydon, which I KO with Double Iron Bash. And it doesn't... Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to allow them to set up rocks. I'm not trying to allow them to set up rocks as they go Rhydon. Just Double Iron Bash here because I'm keeping that Sash intact. If it's Min Speed Rhydon, it can't knock me out. Even if it's Choice Band Rhydon, cannot knock me out. And there's a chance I am faster, which they just go for rocks. Wow. Okay. Double Iron Bash knocks out max HP, so... Oh, that's a dead mon. We'll take that. So, yeah, Rhydon goes down. I don't have Defog though, but I do have my... Again, I do have my Gmax in the back. If they go to Decidueye, I'm Double Iron Bashing again. I can't let them set up for free. Because I'm worried about that Gmax mon. But I'm good with them dying there. I just gotta position myself as well. Como comes out. So like this is the mon that I'm worried about them obviously setting up with. Como, OU, defensive. If they get +1 defense, Double Iron Bash still does enough because of the boost. I'm just gonna click Double Iron Bash. If they're specs, they're specs, you know? Otherwise, I should eat. Unless this is specs. Damn. Is this specs? Okay, let me see that. I stand by my play of staying in though. Modest. Focus Blast. Focus Blast does... It doesn't have to be specs. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring out my VANILLUXE. Because I don't think I ever showed that I wasn't Scarf or not. I'm just gonna Blizzard. Right here. Because I never showed if I was Scarf or not. Which if I am, you know, I just click I can click a Aurora Veil later. If I get rid of Skuntank or like Decidueye or anything, I can click Aurora Veil as well. Because the Como is the biggest threat. They sack Decidueye, which is great for Gastrodon. Como obviously the biggest threat. They're probably gonna go into what, MELMETAL now? Do I get up in Aurora Veil and do I try and do my thing? I think I get up in Aurora Veil here and try and do my thing. So I bluffed that Scarf because I mean it would have came down to Como anyway, right? As they go for rest. I don't know how much rest is gonna matter. Because again, I do have that Veil, so I suppose it could just be Sleep Talk. But we get in Gastrodon, we get a Recover off. And I can clear Smog on the Como if it opts to try and set up. So with Veil up, Gastrodon is fantastic, you know. Iron Defense. Oh boy. Well, I'm just going to Earth Power twice here for sure. So again, if I get rid of this, it's going to open up my Grimmsnarl. Damn, Focus Blast, man. Alright, let's go on Earth Power. Oh, they are faster. They are fast as hell. Oof, this is going to hurt. Iron Defense again. They're just nothing but body press. And that should be a solid 2 KO. Perfect. That's Gmax. That's my MELMETAL range right there. I mean, that's in range for my my Mon. They might try and rest again. What I'm thinking they're gonna do is they're gonna go Como and attempt to Clanger's Soul. So again, I'm gonna always go for the Clear Smog versus them. But they could also, like I said, be Specs. I should live body press. I'm fully physically defensive in Veil. Yup, nice. So we get rid of MELMETAL. Perfect. I suppose if there's sub Clanger's Soul Focus Blast, it could be a problem. But they need Focus Blast. They need Flash Cannon. I don't know if they need a Dragon move. So it could just be that. I mean, either way, I spam this, right? I just spam the Clear Smog here. If they're sub, they're sub. You know, they set up. And they probably have Flamethrower too, just in case. Like, that way they don't always need the Focus Blast boost. Let's see. If he goes for Clanger's Soul, again, this is really good because I get the Clear Smog off. The thing is, Earth Power could also deal with them, so I'm not sure. Gastrodon. Like, Earth Power does 30 to something %, so. Where's my team? I'm assuming you'd run Flamethrower, Focus Blast, and then Flash Cannon with Clanging Soul. They do go for the Clanging Soul. Trying to boost on me. This is gonna lower their HP just a little bit. Nice. And it gives them their throat spray, but again, I do have that Clear Smog on deck, man. Nah, man. Nah, man. All stat changes were eliminated. Out of my sight, baby. And my Veil ends this turn too? I don't think I Earth Power. I think I Clear Smog again. If they set up again, I lose, so. And they can't, I don't think they can sub in Clanging. They just go for Clanging Scales. Perfect. Perfect. So, I believe what I do is I simply go out into this. Should be able to live, let's say, Flash Cannon. Unboosted cannot knock me out. So I don't have to Dynamax here. I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam. I don't have to Dynamax here. They cannot knock me out. And if they go Skuntank, I want to save that Dynamax just in case Como gets out of hand, you know? I just want to save it. Ooh, Clear Smog was a tech, man. That was the tech. Gastrodon went in this game, man. It chewed Melmetal plus 4. Obviously, Roarveil was up, but it chewed Melmetal up plus 4. It dealt with the. It dealt with basically everything. Plus 1. If I'm Dynamax, they still can't knock me out. That Dazzling Gleam did so much damage. We're just going to make the. We're just gonna make the play into my my Mon right here. Ensure that they shouldn't be able to, because to ensure that he can't like Memento or double or do anything like that on Rotom. You know what I mean? Like just being able to deal with that. They just Sludge Bomb. I'll sub in a Roarveil if possible, I guess, just in case they go for Sucker. They do just go for another Sludge Bomb. Okay, if Dazzling Gleam did that much. Skuntank. If Dazzling Gleam did 50%, which it did, that means my Rotom Volt Switch does not do enough. Actually, Rotom's Volt Switch is very close. I think I Will-O-Wisp first and then go for Volt Switch to make sure it's not a roll. And if they Memento into boost, like I said, I win the game with my, my what's it called? I win the game with my Gmax Melmetal. Gmax Grimmsnarl, excuse me. But yeah, we Will-O-Wisp here just in case. Because this thing could just be specs. Alright, so this is just to guarantee that the roll is in my favor. As they go for another Sludge Bomb. I eat that up. And now I should guarantee be able to knock them out with my with Volt Switch after that damage. Unless they have like an eye pop. No, they didn't even pop the Papa at that point. The Volt Switch knocks them out at that point. Just based on the Dazzling Gleam damage doing 1,000,000. Unless I misread that and got a crit. Nope. They try and go Como to try and set up there. Well, that should be game then. That should be game, because that's a dead Mon. I just don't want to give them opportunities to crit me. Which I believe we just go right out to Gmax Grimmsnarl, and I think that at this point, even if I get crit, I don't think I die. But I believe at this point, we Gigantamax. Click that Gmax star something, whatever the hell it's called, and win? Max Starfall. There you go. Let's see what happens. Flash Cannon. Again, I'm assuming they have Flash Cannon for Weezing. I believe we win right now. Yeah, Flash Cannon does absolutely nothing. Holy crap, man. Even on a crit, I live. Yeah. Nice. We knock out Como there. And the last is the last is the Skuntank, which we should be able to knock out at the range of sap. I wonder if this Spadef drop matter. But we should be able to knock out Skuntank at the range of sap with Volt Switch. I don't know if Custap Berry is released. No, let me literally max Starfall. Even if they have Custap, they can't kill my Rotom, so they just Sludge Bomb there. There we go. And now I simply Volt Switch with Rotom, and we Volt Switch out of the game right into the victory screen. 1-0, pokeaimMD, right? Am I right? No Berry either, nice. Right? Is that what happens? I think that's what happens. I think we Volt Switch right into victory. Shout out to Heavy Duty Boots, man. Is this what happens? Looks like it. Volt Switch. No focus ban. Perfect. And that's it, guys. We're in the finals of the APA. So that means we play either Chimpact or we play KILLUA. That was a fantastic game, Ultraplayer. VANILLUXE always put it on a show. And did y'all see that bluff? That bluff with the Choice Scarf helped me out a lot because it allowed me to get up a Rotovel, which like Gastrodon. Really MVP, honestly. Gastrodon was for sure the MVP. Ate up a Solar Blade, which I mean I saw coming a mile away. And also like the Decidueye was very good prep. I love special Decidueye. It's smart because it deals with physically defensive Rotom, it deals with physically defensive Gastrodon, it deals with Melmetal, which is also just naturally physically defensive. But guys, we have made it to the finals of the APA. So I'm either playing, you know, one of my two friends. So I'm very happy about that. I'll hit up Ultraplayer if he would like to do an interview. And yeah, honestly, I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. And yeah, I mean that's it. We're gonna get an interview. So you know, leaving a like helps me out. I think this is a really good game, especially because of the the crappy game we had last week because of me lucking the absolute hell out of Moet. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace. All right, guys. So we are here with the semifinals interview versus Ultraplayer. You can say hi, bro.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Like I told you guys, he's a long-time supporter. I mean, I said that in the beginning. Like I said, a long-time supporter. And I think I might have said you made finals last year. I might not have, but I did say sub to him. So you should sub to him. That was a fantastic game. You want to talk a little bit about your team, the thoughts, even though we kind of been doing that for a little bit. Just figure we turn it
on. So the first thing I noticed with the team was that like you do have two fairies. Fairies have been a big problem for my Komodo all season, but neither of them wanted to take Flash Cannon. So I was like, all right, so how do I get a Komodo endgame? So built Rapidash because I haven't brought it yet and wanted to bring it and knew it could do a lot of work if I got the Solar Blade off on Gastrodon, riding with Rocks, Komo, endgame, obviously. Skuntank and Decidueye were my two like most interesting and back and forth mons because I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to have Haze, which one I wanted to have Defog. Did I want Taunt or Nasty Plot on Skuntank? I even had Fire Blast on there because Expert Belt, Fire Blast, Dark Pulse, and Sludge Bomb 2 KOs almost every single Pokemon on your team. Except for
Rotom. Yeah, Rotom. Yeah, that one
was an exceptional mon to deal with this game.
That was good. Heavy Duty Boots was fire in this too.
Yeah, Boots just have made Rotom so much better. It's insane.
I really love the special Decidueye because, like, I mean, when you look at your team, I was saying, okay, I mean, T-Spikes could be cool, but obviously you have Skuntank, which makes a lot of sense versus me because otherwise you have to use Blastoise, which I think would do more harm for you than good, considering Blastoise is set up fodder for, if it's Shell Smash, it doesn't beat Gastrodon, and if it's that toxic block set, I already knew about it from last week, so like where you played Envy, like I wouldn't have done that, but I really like Skuntank pick. I like the taunt. Haze was for most, so what, like set up Grimmsnarl if it got crazy, or
Yeah, so Nasty Plot Grimmsnarl, something I saw in mocks as well as bulk up. Cursed Gastrodon could have been a problem if you decided to bring that. Just a lot of your setup was slower than Skuntank outside of a like max speed Rillaboom.
Yeah.
So it was more there as like my panic button should anything go wrong. You got Hitmonlee in grassy terrain versus my Skuntank, it would never be able to set up, and then I could act accordingly on that.
Man,
because of course I save it.
That's really I think that's really cool too, because the fact that you have Haze as well and Aftermath, so like not only would you get rid of my boost, but if I'm attacking you with like physical Grimmsnarl, or obviously if I haven't, well, it would have to be Drain Punch in that case, but like if I'm hitting you and then I take the Aftermath one, that's nice for Hitmonlee. It sucks because now that you just mentioned it, this has nothing to do with the battle, but like I was supposed to bring Hitmonlee versus Jambat, but we never played. He dropped, and like I haven't bring a Selgor yet. Colossal hasn't come out of the Pokeball. And freaking Claydol. It feels so weird, like not using all my mons here. I really do love the assortment you picked. What was the thought process behind no Gmax hat? Was it just because Melmetal, the fact that neutralizing gas can T-spike up in front of it and like VANILLUXE hits it too hard, or what was I guess even ROTOM
More
protecting
so,
it?
I really just like I couldn't fit it. Melmetal was a giant problem, and that was kind of one of the bigger reasons why I decided not to bring it.
Yeah.
The only more recently that I really figured like, yeah, like I can't just continuously just always bring Gmax hat just because my Gmax. Like sometimes it's gonna have to hit the bench. But I wanted 6 slot. I wanted either hat or Decidueye, and I thought Decidueye did an insane amount of work, because once I like started doing calcs, I was like, man, special Life Orb, Leaf Storm, and Shadow Fall is a terror, especially if you get grassy terrain or if
smart.
I grow.
Smart, right? I like that. No, I like I said, I really like your Decidueye set. Like once you hit my Weezing with Shadow Ball, I was like, my Weezing isn't gonna do crap in this game at all. Because as you can see from the EV spread I gave you, but I was a faster Weezing for like Jolly Rhydon and stuff like that. Because I obviously didn't have Levitate, so Rhydon could hit me with Earthquake. And I thought that Jolly would make sense, and this is a lot of Gators thinking too, because biggest help. But Jolly would make sense too, because like it could outspeed things like my Melmetal, and SD Rhydon could even run Facade if it wanted to, and it could be easy to take one Scald, and if it doesn't get burnt, like Earthquake does a lot. So that's why I was like thinking that could have been like something there. I do think defensive and protect is really smart too, especially for scouting. Despite having like 2 resists, damn, VANILLUXE was good in this game.
Oh yeah. I before the game even started, like, man, I put so much thought process into dedicated leads versus certain teams. If I see team preview and I don't see Rillaboom or Selgor, because I have dedicated leads versus teams with that.
Yeah.
If Rillaboom led, or if Rillaboom came, I was always leading Rhydon, clicking Protect, because the only reason Rillaboom should ever come is if it's Scarf. And I can Protect, see what you go for. If you go for U-turn, free rocks. If you go for Woodhammer, I mean, my team is a literal walking grass with Rhydon.
Yeah.
If you brought a Selgor, I always led Decidueye, because it would stop
Final Gambit and could defog. Smart.
And I could defog versus Spike. I like this specific Decidueye spread or set, because unless you were max Rindoberry, I always killed Gastrodon. I couldn't afford Modest, but if I was Modest max special attack, even if you're max Rindo, it still knocks out Gastrodon with Leaf Storm, which is obscene.
This speed's for Grimmsnarl, right? Something like that? Or what's the speed for?
Speed for Grimmsnarl, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Do not ask me what Rhydon spread is, because I have no fucking idea what
I mean, high horsepower, obviously, because of grassy terrain. Rock Blast is nice, yeah.
Rock Blast is just a favorite of mine. I once almost lost a game in a different league with Rhydon, because I was like, there's no way he's bringing Sub-Salazzle. I could bring Rock Blast and just stop that. So
he sub-toxic and he was able to beat... Oh, God.
He's sub-toxic to my Rhydon, which was a guaranteed switching. I was like, all right, from now on, I'm never running Stone Edge ever again on my Rhydon.
No, I mean, that's completely fair. Rhydon's unreliable, though. Like, in terms of... Like, you always get a rush, no matter what they have. I led...
Especially...
go ahead. You can go, bro.
Especially with Galar decks, almost every single Wi-Fi league that I've had so far, or even Showdown league, I've either drafted Rhydon or Rhyperior, because they're just so freaking good.
Yeah, they're amazing, and I think Rhydon is a lot. I honestly think Rhydon's better, at least defensively. Obviously, Rhyperior is solid rock, and the lack of hidden power makes it so much better now too. Which is why I think Rhydon is even better because just the amount of damage it takes is nothing, and you can get
Oh,
away with so
it,
much with this mon.
it's pretty dumb.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
The defensive and support, I like right on a lot more. But when you want something that's versatile and can run more offensive sets, I tend to lead more
yeah,
towards
yeah.
Superior.
I mean, yeah, because
And
Rhydon does like like double dance, rock polish, or just this. Rhyperior can get away with banded, whereas Rhydon, you might want to bring banded, but like those calcs for defensive things are just so good.
oh yeah, I'm really mad that I brought all those sets versus Envy last week because I could have.
Yeah, you definitely could have tried to catch me off guard. That Blastoise probably would have caught me off guard for sure.
Oh man.
Did you like my choice scarf VANILLUXE bluff?
No, I did not like your choice carpet nail. Like you asked me that before the interview.
I know, but I have to get it on the interview.
I was so mad. Pull up your whole roster.
Oh,
why didn't you bring Hitmonlee plus Rillaboom?
I guess the main reasoning behind that is if you look at yours, a Selgor can be annoying. Like I was thinking also like Iron Defense Como could be annoying too because you have a lot to pressure Weezing. Like you have a lot on your team to pressure Weezing, especially because I feel forced to run Neutralizing Gas because of Toxic Spikes, being something not like you have a Selgor too, right? Don't we both have a Selgor? I wasn't looking.
We both
at
have a Selgor
yeah.
and Melmetal,
yeah,
and thought you had Rhydon, but
yeah, no, I had Rhydon many leagues. I love that one, but yeah, so I don't know. I think that this gave the best option of defense plus offense, and like the good thing about Focus Sash League, like even if you had like a Selgor with Final Gambit or whatever, and you tried to just pick one, because I was honestly thinking that's something you might try and do besides like Gastrodon. You could pick.
It was real talk. It was very close to something I was gonna do. I was like, no, this game could be a lot freaking easier if it was just 5.
Yeah, you get a 1 exactly. You get a 1-1, which is why like Focus Sash League was a great lead versus Rhydon versus Como, and then I think I needed my Gmax here. It's just it checks every Como set, right? Besides like I guess sub belly drum, which would be very hard versus me because I have a double iron basher. I have Rotom, which could Will-O-Wisp be faster. So I think special makes more sense. Though I was still very worried about that. Like I was trying to position myself in the end to where Como couldn't set up and crit my Grimmsnarl, which is why I stayed into Will-O-Wisp once to guarantee the roll of Volt Switch instead of doing like the 34%, just in case you were like. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I looked down when I clicked Dazzling Gleam and I looked up and Skuntank was at under 50%, and I was like, crap, did I crit him or was this just normal damage? So I ran the calcs and I was like, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. So Will-O-Wisp helped me ensure that roll. So even if you went out into Como on the Will-O-Wisp, you couldn't at least Clanging Soul, and then you would have a position where okay, you either click Focus Blast this turn and potentially missed, or you have to raw Flash Cannon, or you just Clanging Soul. Like you couldn't Clanging Soul if I hit you with Willow plus Volt, if I'm not mistaken. And if you did, Grimmsnarl lives anyway. So,
right.
But yeah, I don't know. Like Rillaboom was good, but just Melmetal can just eat it up for breakfast, you know. And this Melmetal set makes a lot of sense versus me. I was also fearing Scarf randomly too, because of just I wasn't fearing it, but I was just aware, you know.
Right. It was a lot better versus Envy because Envy, I think Envy only had 2 actually 3 if he ran max speed plus natured Necrozma.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything under it just lower. And it could catch a max speed Gastrodon, and it was mainly there in case he tried to set up in front of it with Necrozma. I could 2 KO it with double Iron Bash. I 2 KO Dr. Strength with double Iron Bash. But here, like, because of the way my speed tiers line up with yours, Rillaboom was going to outspeed, Rotom was going to outspeed, Hitmonlee was going to outspeed. Alex need to be max speed, and I figure you're more likely to run max speed. Oh, you did, except you ran modest.
Yes.
And
yeah, it was nice and modest.
I feel like even if I led Scarf Melmetal, you would not have stayed in.
I mean, yeah, obviously I'm not gonna stay with my damn VANILLUXE or even like what's it called? Like most of my mons just didn't make sense. I'm happy that I finally got a kill with double Iron Bash, like the kill I wanted to just mons.
You're only 4 and 5, man. Come on, step up to it. Like I'm 12 and 8. This is nothing compared to Dracovish. Or I got Dracovish in another Wi-Fi league, and it is in 10 games, 23 and 4.
I mean, that mon is what's it called? My Melmetal hasn't really ever done much. I usually just sack it, unfortunately. But like it's if we're talking about Dracovish, I think Dracovish is harder personally to deal with, even if you have, you know, in
I think you
leagues.
said it best. I remember when, I think you said on Twitter, Dracovish isn't a mon. It's a move.
It is a move.
broken move.
Yeah, it's a broken move. I mean, if we're talking in terms of OU, I've had more trouble with Dracovish than I've ever had with MELMETAL, and it should be OU, but whatever. In terms of MELMETAL, not that. But yeah, I really liked it.
Also went for Ice Cube because I was like, man, if Ice Cream comes, I can just get free Veil.
Yeah. I was aware of that. I was running calcs with VANILLUXE and Flash Cannon versus that. Obviously, MELMETAL. You know, Gastrodon lives +6 Icicle Crash. Like the roll is severely in my favor. Like you.
Yeah, I know. That's why you didn't see Ice Cube. Otherwise, I almost would have brought it. Like, man, I could just click Bullet Drum and like they're gonna start hitting the ground. Then I saw Gastrodon. I was like, no, they're not actually gonna.
Yeah, they run the calcs. Doesn't do much, but yeah, it was overall an enjoyable game. I apologize about the freeze because, like I said in my video, I think I said it, but well, I think what would have happened that turn is if I didn't freeze you, you would have SD'd.
100%.
Yeah, and then I would have went Gastrodon. I obviously knew you Solar Bladed, which is why I clicked recover that turn. But I would have had to go ROTOM, which would have been forced to take a little bit of damage. And then you'd be able to bring in... Then I have to bring back in Gastrodon. Like, I'd hard switch back on a Gastrodon because I want to keep ROTOM healthy as it's a speed tier above Skuntank and whatnot. But, like, ROTOM would have taken, what, about 20% with Hail as well, 25, whatever, which is still chip that matters, you know?
And if I would have gotten the aggro read, then like you could have been in big trouble.
Exactly. If you click Blitz initially too.
SD again.
Yeah, exactly. So like, there was that obviously mattered, and I do apologize. It was insane when I did 50% to you though. Like I was like, what the hell?
That's because your Ice Cream broken.
Yeah, Ice Cream is my favorite Pokemon from this draft, followed by Weezing. I think Ice Cream is up there with Cinderace is my favorite draft league Pokemon ever, just because EVing it is so fun. Because you don't ever need... Yeah, you need like 12 speed. In a non-national dex meta, you need like 12 speed and you outspeed the entire meta. So like it's so fun.
No, I had it in a Galar dex, except because it was fresh out of the game. They're just like, yeah, Libero is fine, and gave me Libero, Cinderace, but Stealth Match Pathways.
Alright, well, yeah, that's broken. But like... but even then, like, I honestly think Blaze is like good, because like the only Cinderace set you ever really... Like, I ran all of WBE. Even when people knew it was coming, what could they do? It was just heavy duty boots, U-turn, super fang, taunt, power ball. That's all you need. Because you max out the hell out of its HP and you just give it defenses since you rarely need speed. You go Jolly Nature and you get 4 speed EVs, outspeed an opponent's entire team.
Yeah, I have nice natural wolf too.
Yeah.
Because I ran like max HP and again like you said, like 12 speed and max attack. Someone came in with a Dragon Bolt versus me. Shadow Ball, it did like 60. I clicked Powerball, lured them into thinking I was like scarred for banned or something. And then click Sucker Punch and knocked out Dragon Bolt, which 2KO'd everything on my team.
I just died. That's it. That's why I love that mon. But Ice Cream is closely becoming one of my favorite mons, just because it does the same thing when you use it in any tier. You just click Blizzard and Freeze Dry, and I love it. I see such good offensive typing.
It's a lot better this gen too.
Yeah.
There's some ice mons that have been like kind of like obviously Weavile's struggling a little bit with everything
No
that
pursuit.
it lost.
Yeah.
Like Boots. Making things so much easier for so many mons.
Yeah, no, I agree. Boots just made everything. It's crazy because Boots also made drafts like a lot different. Like if you don't have a poison type, I can T-Spike you. I can just click Boots on all my Pokemon, you know? Like I don't have to be as worried. I don't think I brought rocks at all. I think I brought rocks
that's
once.
The first thing I noticed.
Yeah,
like, you can see me looking at your team like at the very beginning and just counting on my hands, like that's not rocks, like okay.
Yeah, I mean I've only brought rocks 1 week and I didn't even use the Pokemon. So like for the most part I just don't think it's necessary because Hail and Blizzard will get the chip. T-Spikes can do it if necessary. Willow is toxic. But yeah.
I knew you had T-Spikes. The second I saw the team I was like, okay, no rocks. If you didn't bring T-Spikes, like I can't understand. Like no Boots is a thing, but I run Boots like I don't think I run it once. If I did, it was probably on like a Selgor or something.
Yeah.
Helmet band, extra build. No.
I put an item that
I
put an item that didn't exist in the first week on no, it was the second or third week. Whatever. I put an item that didn't exist on VANILLUXE 1 week and I had to use a Citrus Berry for my bag and it actually worked. I don't remember what week that was. But
that is a broke mon. That is a broke mon.
That's good. But yeah, you have any closing words about the game or anything?
Overall, I had a lot of fun. It's not a game that like I mean, the freeze sucked, but like I don't think it was so game changing that it makes me mad. Overall, like I don't mind losing when it's skill versus skill and you just got outskilled.
It was fun overall. I'm happy you weren't sub Clanger's soul.
I was just like, he might not click Clear Smog because I could be sub. What if I'm sub? Nah, no way. You always click Clear Smog there.
Yeah. I mean, if you subbed, well, not when you're at fuller HP, but at the second time, like, if you subbed, I click Clear Smog into Earth Power and it still breaks the sub because Clear Smog does 11 to 12 and Earth Power does like 30 min, but then after the boost, I'll at least do 13. So, and then Gmax Grimmsnarl comes in, eats one hit, ideally. Well,
oh, that's right. That's also why I brought Special Decidueye. It was so that everything on my team could do like
damage, yeah.
Damage.
So like a bulk up, yeah.
Leaf Storm into Expert Belt, Sludge Bomb always killed the Max Grimmsnarl if you were max HP, which you were.
Yeah.
No, you were.
Well, no, I was 52. I'm almost always max HP just because like right on the MELMETAL and stuff. Felt more necessary to run it. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Check out Ultraplayer. His link will be down below. I already asked if you have any closing words, but yeah, guys, go ahead and subscribe to him, leave a like and whatnot, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.